You must go in alone. Morinth will be watching. Like any predator, she is cautious. You must pique her interest enough that she will approach you. When you are face to face, subtly encourage her to invite you to her apartment. I'll follow discreetly, and when you are alone, I'll spring the trap. Know this, until I get there, you are in great peril. She will be planning to inflict horrors on you. If you are not careful, you will want her to.
Okay. What other things have we learned about Morinth that can help us here?
Well, Shepard, that's everything we know.
Let's get started.
Shepard, we only get one chance at this. Any mistake and Morinth will disappear. If you're the least bit unsure, come talk to me. I will wait here. And Shepard, thank you. I do not share this burden easily, and you are the only soul I can imagine sharing it with.
My name is Morinth. I've been watching you. You're the most interesting person in this place. I've got a booth over here in the shadows. Why don't you come sit with me? Some nights I come here and there's no one interesting to talk to. Some nights, there's just one person. Tonight it's you. Why is that?
You tell me.
I can't tell you why you're special.
What do you think of the music here?
Dark rhythms, violent pulses. It stirs something primitive in me. What about you?
Everything I hear has something good about it.
I see you're a woman of strong opinions.
It's not an important part of my life.
You're missing out on a true experience.
You wouldn't have heard of anything I like.
You think my taste in music is shallow.
It's all just different taste. Nobody's choices are better. And if you've heard of it, it's already too mainstream for me.
If something is obscure, it doesn't speak to the soul.
The music of your people has always seemed special to me.
That's vague. 2,500 years as a spacefaring race, remember?
I like ancient Asari music.
When we played seashells and animal bladders, I prefer this music.
I like everything about Asari, including your music.
There's so very much to dislike about my people, including our music. You can lose yourself in the music here. There are ways to enhance that, you know?
Drugs hold no appeal for me.
How can you be sure, though? Or have you tried?
I don't like talking about drugs.
I see. I'll warn you. I like to let a conversation ramble where it will. I might make you a little uncomfortable.
I know what I think.
Sounds like a cop-out to me. If you think using is bad, it should be bad for everyone.
I don't need chemical help to get through my day.
Very prudent. Very cautious.
I'm open.
Sounds like you're just running away from something.
I experimented when I was younger, but I've outgrown that.
That's admirable. What else have you outgrown, I wonder?
As you grow up, you leave some things behind you.
Ah, you put away the things of youth.
I don't care what you do with your spare time. Show me the same courtesy.
Of course. My mistake.
Do you know anything about art?
It speaks to the darkest places in me. What about you?
There are certain pieces that grab me.
What really moves you?
If I saw an image of you, that would move me.
Oh, that's, sweet of you to say.
Art just doesn't interest me.
Well, it's not for everyone.
You got quite an imagination.
I thought you did as well.
There must be some good artists on Omega.
I really can't imagine anything good here.
There's a local girl named Neff. She disappeared a while ago, but her work is
Quite unknown to me. Art comes in many varieties. I've seen vids that were more powerful than a sculpture sitting in a gallery.
What do you think about the violence in Vids?
It seems fake to me. I don't see the point.
Fake or not, the violence is exhilarating.
And that's what you're after? A cheap thrill?
And they're mindless entertainment.
I don't consider myself mindless, but perhaps I'm not as smart as you.
It's been years since I had time to watch Vids.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What do you think of the ones with a lot of action?
Watching spaceships explode? No thanks.
I guess your mind is closed about that.
Seems that way, doesn't it?
I have traveled all over the galaxy.
It changes you, doesn't it?
I love finding and opening new sectors of space.
Discovering another ball of gas with bits of cold dead rock around it?
There's untapped resources out there.
I like creds as much as anyone, I suppose.
I know who I am. Travel won't change that.
You're completely impervious?
I'm not changed by the places I go. They're changed by me.
That's impressive.
Every journey ends at home.
I left home as a child and never went back.
That's a chance to see family and friends again.
I think I've said that I never got to experience that. When I travel, I find myself drawn to dark, dangerous places.
Violent places?
Violence is the surest expression of power.
If you're the strongest, you have the power.
That's certainly true. Among children.
If you don't think it's true everywhere, you're fooling yourself.
That must be it.
An obsession with power is a sign of insecurity.
Thank you for the insight.
When you are the most powerful, you're safe.
Is safety really all you want out of life?
Do you think this conversation is about power?
Of course it is.
I sat down for a conversation, not a power struggle.
How interesting.
I'm fascinated by Justicars.
I'm not.
But you're an Asari. You must have some opinion about them.
I said I don't want to discuss it.
Maybe we have the same kind of situation with our families. My parents were killed by slavers when I was 16. I've been independent ever since.
How awful for you.
Maybe we have the same kind of situation with our families. I grew up on the streets, fighting for every scrap of food. I never knew my parents.
That sounds exciting.
How about your family?
My family is uninteresting. You know what? I'm gonna get us some drinks. The least I can do to pay you back for all the wonderful conversation.
Maybe we have the same kind of situation with our families. My parents were military. I grew up on ships and space stations. I hardly talked to them.
Sometimes parents and children are just destined to feel differently.
How about your family?
I don't have a family.
I think I'll go now.
Really? I thought I felt a connection.
I didn't feel any connection at all.
Oh, it was nice to meet you. Excuse me while I get a drink.
We failed. She was alerted and she got away.
I will not have a chance like this for another 100 years. How many people will die in the meantime? I will have to find her another day. You'll excuse me if I don't want to talk about this. Shall we return to the main floor of Afterlife?
Let's go.